welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the show where we break down your favorite made-for-TV movies one bottle at a time. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and today we are talking about Killer Advice. Killer Advice stars Kate Watson, Meredith Thomas, Steve Richard Harris, Gigi Gustin, and Eric Roberts. Hey, crazy. I forgot. Gina Hirazumi, my favorite. I love her. On the show, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. So, what are we going to do to this movie? Put a cork in it. I lost the cork. Now, if you haven't seen the movie and you want to avoid spoilers, you're going to want to go ahead and hit pause and then come on back, because I'm going to do a quick little recap starting now. The movie starts off with a woman walking alone in a parking garage, which is never a good place to be in a Lifetime movie. Her name is Beth, and she is attacked by someone in a mask because COVID. Her badass co-worker, Simone, comes to her rescue and scares off the masked assailant. Beth suffers from Ptsd and has flashbacks to the masked attacker. Simone suggests she talk to a therapist.
Have you thought about talking to someone?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, you know what I mean. You've gone through a traumatizing experience. There's no shame in trying to get some help processing it.
After another flashback, or maybe just a mirage, her daughter and husband beg Beth to get help. At therapy, Beth meets Marcia, played by the Where's Waldo of Lifetime movies, Meredith Thomas. Marcia recommends twice-a-week sessions, which is an aggressive treatment. Afterward, Beth does some online research. Marcia checks out, except for the fact that she killed the real therapist. Eric Roberts plays Nick's boss. Marcia appears at the office posing as a client with a large inheritance to invest. Nick unknowingly invites Beth's therapist over for dinner and then asks Beth to do the cooking. He is the most insensitive husband in Lifetime history. The woman was just attacked in a parking garage, and now she has to throw a dinner party for her husband and his boss's friends. What is this, Bewitched? Luckily, Simone helps with the cooking because Simone is awesome. When Marcia shows up at the house, Beth is confused but goes along with it. Simone calls out how unethical it is that Marcia is at Beth's home.
Fine. Marcia, have you met Simone?
No, it's nice to meet you.
Isn't it a little weird for a therapist to show up at a client's house?
Simone.
No, it's okay. I really wouldn't have come if I had known.
I'm sure. So you must know Brendan. From your office?
Yes, of course. Love Brendan.
He's been my therapist for years, but never been over for dinner.
Marcia crosses another line and sets up a coffee date with Beth. Marcia loves coffee. Beth loves to pretend to drink coffee. That cup is obviously empty. Marcia pushes for a group therapy session with Beth and her daughter Jess, who recently was arrested for a drunk driving accident. Beth declines. So, Marcia stalks Jess and has a meet-cute at the school. She invites Jess to coffee and shares confidential information that Beth revealed in therapy. Her plan is to turn her daughter against her. Using more info that she has gathered in therapy against Beth, Marcia sneaks into the office while Simone is taking a nap in her car. She tampers with a big presentation. In the presentation, a slide pops up that reads, "I quit." Beth is embarrassed and blames Simone for the sabotage in an over-the-top argument.
What the hell were you doing, Simone?
Beth, I
know that I care about your job, but I need mine. I have been working on this for months.
I know that.
Then, Marcia kills Simone with a trophy and frames Beth with the DNA taken from, you guessed it, a coffee cup. What is this, CSI? Beth's family and Marcia stage an intervention and kick Beth out of her own house. Beth does some better research online and realizes that Marcia isn't who she says she is. Beth calls the police, talks to Eric Roberts, and warns her daughter while driving to her house. She might be the smartest Lifetime protagonist ever. It's too late because Marcia has already hit Nick in the head with a skillet and chased Jess around the house with a big knife, repeatedly saying, "Jess." Beth shows up and knocks Marcia out with a wine bottle. So, I enjoyed that. Marcia isn't down for long and goes through her problematic laundry list of mental health diagnoses.
Then we have intermittent explosive disorder when I was 12. Oh, and then narcissistic personality disorder by the time I was 17. Oh, then we have antisocial personality disorder. Oh, that one hurt, Beth. They said that I was superficially charming. I mean, can you imagine superficially charming? Do I seem superficially charming to you?
It's like the writer Googled mental health disorders and just plopped them in the script. Then Marcia and Beth roll around on the floor. Jess steps in with a towel and strangles Marcia. This is a popular way to kill people in 2021 Lifetime movies. The police arrive, but Marcia gets away, Michael Myers style. The movie ends with Jess celebrating getting into college with her parents and a lame banner. Meanwhile, Marcia isn't dead and has a new therapist. She makes crazy faces. And that is killer advice. There were a lot of things I liked about Killer Advice. I liked that Lifetime was taking a step forward in depicting mental health. The character Beth, portrayed by Kate Watson, was true to life with someone dealing with PTSD from an attack. I also liked that her friends and family were supporting her and telling her that she needed to get help from a therapist. I actually have been suffering from some depression myself in this 2021 year. I can't believe we're still in a pandemic and I'm still in my house. It's been hard, but I've been talking to a therapist and taking some medication and I'm feeling a lot better. If anybody is struggling with depression, know that you're not alone. It happens to women, happens to men. Yeah, talking to somebody really helps. So if you're feeling like you need help, definitely reach out. I'll put some links in the comment section below. That being said, it's a slippery slope depicting mental health. I felt like the character, Marcia, played by Meredith Thomas, while it was fun and entertaining, it just kind of fell apart at the end there. She didn't really have a clear motivation as to why she was stalking Beth and why she was killing all these people, because maybe she had some mental health issues, but that is a slippery slope for sure. One last thing about Marcia that I thought was pretty hilarious in this movie, she was obsessed with coffee and like drinking that Java all the time. One statistic that I found that was interesting is that women who drink caffeine are 20% less likely to suffer from depression. So, all that coffee she was drinking should have helped her like take the edge off, but I don't know. Poor thing. She loves her Java. They kind of had this little backstory with the daughter, Jess, where she had a DUI, and I would have loved to see that come back as the motivation for Marcia and why she's killing, because maybe someone she loved was involved in that accident and died. That would justify her actions in a little bit better of a way. So close, but no. Love Eric Roberts in these movies, but he was just so pointless and only there to be a boss and not really add anything. Meh, whatever. Gina Hirazumi is always great in whatever movie she's in. We need to get her in a leading role because she's awesome. She really saved the movie for me. Actually, all the performances were pretty strong, but I really liked her as the best friend, the no-nonsense. She's telling it like it is, saying, hey, this is a fucked up situation and you need to get out of it. But of course, she gets killed, so oh well. And now it is time for the Minority Report, the segment where we talk about representation in TV movies and why it matters. So our only representation of a person of color was Gina Hirazumi, who played Simone. I like that we are getting some Asian actors involved over at Lifetime. It's kind of rare to have an Asian actor. Representation needs to include Asian actors because they are some of the most overlooked actors in the industry. And hate crimes against Asian Americans have increased significantly since COVID-19. So it's definitely more important than ever to have representation so people see Asian Americans as Americans and not whatever these hateful people are out there killing Asian Americans. What the fuck? And that wraps it up for today's episode. If you want more Lifetime Uncorked, you can listen to our podcast, which is currently on a hiatus, or you can check out our website, lifetimeuncorked.com. Don't forget to follow me at Patrick Miguel, or the podcast, or the show, at Lifetime Uncorked. Leave a comment in the comment section below and like this video. Just subscribe to this channel and tell your friends. If you are so inclined, you can leave a donation on our Ko-fi link. You can just buy a $3 Ko-fi so I can enjoy my Java just like Marsha. Okay, that's it. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.